y'all could tell I have a new camera. Because guess what? Guess why I was talking to y'all for like 15 minutes and it wasn't recording nothing? Y'all. And something just hit my car. You know what? I'm not even gonna let the small things get to me. This is a new year, y'all. Okay, so we're just gonna start it over. And I'm just gonna explain it all just again. Cause like I said, it's a new year, so we're not even gonna let the little things phase us. But I just wanted to come on here, because it is the new year. It's the second day going into the new year, and I wanted to really sit down and run to y'all where I'm at. Because since the last time y'all saw me, I was 20. I'm 21 now. My 21st birthday wasn't really all of that to record because I was just really going through a lot, being dragged through the mud with a couple of things. But I just want to tell you guys that the new year has shown me that I've shed a lot of skins. If that makes sense, like coming into a new form, coming into a new being, coming into a new character, and then having a new perception on the world because of the things that I've been through and the situations that I've been through, if that makes sense. If y'all only knew. And I am a private person, so, and I do see that when it comes to like my old videos. I see like how private I really was and how you guys really didn't get the gist of who I was as a person and who I am. And though I'm not going to pinpoint to you and explain to you everything that went on in my life, of course, I just don't want that to be out there in general. But what I will say is that to my viewers and to whether it's my young audience or my old audience, the decisions that you make in life, and now I've learned the decisions that you make in life literally alter everything that happens around you. And I say this in the instance of I lost my scholarship. Like May, when I got out of school, that summer I lost my scholarship, and I didn't think I was going to be able to return back to school. But I was so adamant about it, and I knew that I had to finish. I know that I have to finish for me, and I know that I don't want to end up where a lot of other people are off in the world. That I knew that though a lot of people don't want to go to college, it definitely helps you grow up, I would say, in an instance. So that's just for me, and that's just for the outlook on my life. College is not for everyone, and at one point I did think that, but you can literally do anything you put your mind to, and if that's one thing this year that I've learned is just to do. Just do it. Just do whatever that thing is. Though you're going to have a lot of forces stopping you because, y'all, we're in a world that you're battling not only yourself because you are your biggest downfall, but you're also battling the outside forces, stop you from getting to your destination or stop you from seeing yourself where you want to be. You know what I mean? Like, and I heavily believe that the things that you speak into the world and your perception on the world, it definitely matters at the things that's going to attract to you. You know what I mean? And if, y'all, my life, I feel like I need to write a book. Because if y'all knew the things that I experienced within my lifetime and wanting to be better myself, you guys would be like, OMG. Like, this girl is really like, yeah, y'all. And then on the outside looking in, things look good sometimes, I can say. But this summer, from the things of such as, and I just want to touch on those topics, some things of such as me losing my car, me feeling like the Bronco that I'm in is not really mine, me feeling certain ways about certain things when it comes to people wanting me to do certain things or wanting me to do things their way. It's just so much that's going to try to stop you, and there's different people are going to put their perceptions on how they view the world on you, but you have to gain and gather your own perceptions on how you want to view the world, and what do you want to do for yourself, and what do you want to be remembered as, and what do this it's literally Sonder, and it's all about you. You know what I mean? Like, and as I go through and I operate and I move through the world and I learn from the things the decisions that I've made, and I learn the mistakes, I learned the lessons that other people still haven't learned in their 50s. You know what I mean? Like, don't be the person. And this is, and I'm talking to you guys, but I'm also speaking to myself, y'all. Don't be the person to get in your own way, because there's so many outside forces that are also trying to stop you from doing what you want to do in life. And I really hope I haven't been rambling, and I really hope y'all get the gist of where I'm coming from when I say all the things that I'm saying without saying all the things that I'm trying to say. But y'all, this past year has been a trying time for me. Going into the new year has been a trying time for me, from being in the hospital literally every single day. Not for me, of course, but for a loved one. Being in the hospital every single day, and giving your all to that person, or trying to give your best to that person, but also showing up for yourself. Things like that are hard. You know what I mean? Like, and it's some people who have their parents, some people who have both of their parents, and some people don't have both of their parents. Some people like, and then I honestly feel like operating within the world, we have a lot of parental trauma, whether that be from a parent dying or something of the longer sort, just not having a good relationship with your parent. Like, I do feel like a lot of us have a lot of parental trauma from our childhood, and it stops us from showing up as who we want to be in the earth, and who God has called us to be in the earth. And all glory be to God, literally, for where I am, because when the roles reverse, y'all, the roles will reverse and tables will turn, and that's all I can say. And going into the new year, one of my message that would be for anyone of all ages: do what's best for you, but also don't worry, because everything will work out. Everything that happens in life, every decision, every decision that you make, and that makes another a reaction, all the things that play out that aren't good, the good, the bad, the ugly, it literally all comes together. You know what I mean? It literally all makes sense. And I was saying before the camera stopped recording on me that what was I saying? Brain fart, y'all. Brain fart. I don't even know. I forgot what God moves in mysterious ways, and so does life. And life is filled with the unknown, but it's all about how you show up in the earth. It's all about how you show up and how you respond to things. And I also learned that walking a life with God makes the pain and the suffering a little bit, it makes it bearable, and it makes it easier, because it gives you a sense of grace. And y'all, the way I was brought up, because y'all, I hope y'all know that I was brought up in the hood of New Orleans, okay? I wasn't brought up in no nice little rich little neighborhood. Even though what y'all think y'all see, I didn't grow up with everything. You know what I mean? I had to get it out the mud. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't forced to go to college, but college was an option because I wanted it to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about your decisions, and I knew where I didn't want to be, and I knew what a possibility was for me to get out from where I didn't want to be. You know what I mean? And I knew that it was going to take something had to give, and one I chose for it to be education. Because no one can take that from me. Not only that, but though you go to college, another thing that I wish I could tell, though you go to college, that doesn't mean you can't do whatever else you want to do. Like, y'all, I've learned that time is an illusion. There is no time limit. There is no, you can't do this by this certain time, and that's what society wants us to think. And it's just not realistic for everyone. It's not, because my walk of life is different from your walk of life. The way how fast you got it, I couldn't get that fast. I had to wait for mine. I had to be sat down, read. God had to help me reevaluate myself and reevaluate my actions, and help me reevaluate the way I perceive things before I can get to the next level. You know what I mean? And that's just the persona that I want you guys to have when you go through life and when you experience things. And I wish I had someone to tell me when, when you do things out of your emotions, when you move off your emotions, moving off your emotions is a real thing. You know what I mean? It's a thing that, from where I come from and how I was raised, that I wasn't really taught much about. I wasn't really taught how to take a step back and evaluate the situation, not based off the standpoint of how I feel, actually what's being done. And so all I can say is, you guys, from parental trauma, from not having your parents or having both your parents, or just not growing up in the best circumstances, going through life, don't get in your own way, because there are so many outside forces trying to get in your way. Just do. Don't think that you don't have the time to do it, or don't think that if you sit inside, y'all, and I do this at college and I felt guilty to this, but if you sit inside and you tell yourself you don't feel like doing nothing, or I don't feel like doing it, then it won't get done, and that spirit of laziness and that spirit of procrastination, it'll creep up on you, and years from now you're not really doing nothing else, you know, or you're wondering why you're still in the same position that you were in last year. So I hope I'm making sense, and I hope I'm not rambling too much about nothing. I hope you guys do understand where I'm coming from, but I just want to let y'all know, when it comes to me coming back to YouTube, y'all, I'm stuck in Stamp, okay? Stuck in Stamp with YouTube. And then it's like, at one point I was questioning like, God, I was like, is this for me, or is this just what I see other people doing and I think that I can do it, so I'm doing it, like, you know? And I always revert back to my love to create, and my love to work out, and my love to show what I'm doing, and how I keep myself together, my mind, body, and spirit in sync with myself. And I feel like there needs to be a lot of more people talking about life, and talking about what's really going on in the world, and talking about the things that a lot of people, a lot of content creators don't talk about. Like, there's nothing like that struggle, y'all. There's nothing like God humbling you before you can get to your next destination and making it all worth it. Y'all, in the blink of an eye, it can all be given to you, but it can all be taken away. You know, and that's definitely what I learned this year, when I felt like something wasn't mine, or when I felt like I couldn't attain something, when I felt like I was being mistreated or misused in certain scenarios, in certain situations. So I also want to say sorry to you guys, because I was going hard for like the summer, and I was getting little brand deals and little brand endorsements, and y'all, when stuff start happening one after another, time really flies and time really goes by, and it's like, you don't produce, you know, and you feel like you don't have time to, you know, and me personally, I don't want to come on here sad, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to come on here, I want to spread positivity, and I want to be the motivation, and I want to be the person that is encouraging, you know what I mean? Through my life story and my life scenarios and my life situations, I want to be able to help somebody, you know, and that's really just my goal when it comes to YouTube, and I feel like I had to find what my why was. You know what I mean? Why am I doing this? Because I don't want to feel like I'm doing this because I see other people doing it and social media is the thing. You know what I mean? So, I definitely feel like I know what my why is now, and I can just go full throttle, and I can just put my foot on the gas and not stop and not look back. And I'm so blessed to have the people that I do have around me. And it's not much. I don't have much people around me, but the people that God has put into my life, they're just enough for me. So, y'all, I'm not stressing about nothing no more. Like, I'm really just, when I go back to school, it's really just going to be me getting up and me handling things, me recording, dropping videos and dropping content. I did record in November because it was my boyfriend's birthday, and I did record that. When it's like, now that it's a new year, does that even make sense to drop? Y'all, excuse me. I also had a video editor. He wasn't like a real video editor for real. It was more so of like a friend who could edit, but Y'all, he haven't even sent me my workout video back yet. And it's just like, that's another thing that just stops me and has me thinking like, dang, I need to drop this first before I can drop this. Cause it ain't gonna make sense, because, you know, when I film, I want to build a storyline, and I want to build my storyline, you know what I mean? And though in the midst of, you know, where I started and how it didn't really, my storyline didn't really, you couldn't really see it, because I was kind of hiding it a little bit. I was kind of hiding the struggle. I was kind of hiding the hood part of me, you know what I mean? Or like the hood part of my life. You know, certain, I didn't want certain stuff to be seen, because everything you put out there in the world, it matters. But what I can say and what I do know is that I'm definitely going to be more open and more personal with you guys. Simply because I'm a selfless person, and I would literally give somebody the shirt off my back. And I want you guys to see that there are people out there who can show life content, who can show, you know, how they keep their selves sane in the world. Because y'all, people are killing themselves. People can't handle life because it is so rough and it is so hard and it's so gritty, and it is, you know what I mean? There's people who have been through some of the things that I've been through. Literally, I know that there's you guys out there who have been through abuse from and parental trauma and verbally abused, whether that be from a parent, an auntie, uncle, anyone, you know what I mean, or like by family members, or however much of that sort, or, you know, just things in your life you haven't been treated right, you know, or you're not knowing how to navigate and then moving off your emotions. So I just want to be a voice for the generation that's coming up, or the generation even before me, because the way life is going right now, y'all, families is dying. My family personally, y'all, the bloodline is ending, you know what I mean? Because it's just not as many of us no more. Like, this everything around us is getting smaller and smaller, and it's just crazy, you know. And people, mental health and after just having to deal with the things that come with life and having to learn how to persevere through life, so a lot of people can't do and don't know how to do. And if I can just make life a little bit more better for the next person, or help the next person out, then I feel like I'll have done my job. Now and I would have been the best person that I can be to you guys who watch me, to family members, to anyone who I can help. So yeah. Growing into a wonderful woman that I am, and I see so much for myself, and I do feel like I don't have to narrow myself down to one thing. I could be an orthodontist. I can study cannabinoid chemistry and have my own plant, and I can do cosmetic, and I can do all the things that I want for myself. It's just about doing it. It's just about getting one step closer to that next thing, and then after that, mastering that thing, then going to the next thing. And I do plan on mastering my craft when it comes to videography. I have so much in the way I want my content to be put out, and the way I want you guys to view my montages, and I have a vision, and it's just all about me just getting there and perfecting my craft, and then moving on to the next thing. And though it is definitely hard, and I commend like Natalia J, that's one of my favorite YouTubers because she's a chemistry major. She graduated from Clark Atlanta in 2024 of May. And she did the thing. She showed her going into the lab, and she literally showed her 4 years of college, and I love that. I love the way the timeline, though things got rocky and she didn't show everything, she definitely gave you an insight onto who she is as a person and what she gets done. And seeing that all you have to do is just do it, that's literally enough for me. And I'm literally gonna have my hands in every pot. Okay, multitasking. I'm running this business. I might clock into my 9 to 5 here, but clocking into my 9 to 5, I'm saving up money for my own business. So, though people don't want to go to college, it's all about how you choose to navigate your life and how you choose to make it. And how you choose to make sure that you're successful in the way that you're most comfortable. You don't have to do anything for anybody else. You don't have to go to college because that's the next thing. And that's what your parents said to go do. You don't have to, as long as you find a way to live comfortably and have everything that you want in life and be able to give to the next person and help them with life, or whether that be your closest relative or a closest friend or a stranger. Everyone can learn from everyone. And I had this talk with my uncle the other day. Everyone can be taught something. Everybody can be taught something from anyone. You can be taught from a person who knows less. You can be taught from, I'm 21 years old. I can be taught from a 10-year-old. You know, I can be taught from a 12-year-old. You know, everyone can be taught from someone, whether old or young. And literally, life is just that, being taught, learning how to navigate it, and moving on. So, I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope you guys are happy to see my face. We do have a new camera, as you guys can tell by the way it's moving. We are back we're back in action, y'all. And it's sad to be like this with people, and that's true. If you weren't with me when I was in that Volkswagen, then you can't be with me when I'm in that Bentley or in that, you know what I mean? But the person I am, y'all, I'm never gonna not give, no matter what, no matter who it is. You can't do me, you can't do me wrong, and I'm not gonna let you do me wrong. But I'm gonna let you know that I'm not you, and I'm not gonna act like though you have done me wrong. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I hope I made sense. I hope all of this made sense. I might end up recording this again if I ain't like y'all, because I talked about a lot and I said a lot. But yeah, y'all. It's time to get this show on the road. It's time to get this show on the road. And can't nobody stop me no more. Like, can't nobody stop me no more. Can't nothing stop me but me. Can't nothing get in my way but me. I could only be my biggest downfall, my biggest critic. Because at the end of the day, whether this is taken from me or not, I have a plan A and I have a plan B. And that's what we all need to have, a plan A and a plan B. Because stuff could not work out. Things could go wrong. And what are you going to do next? Y'all see my locks. My locks have gotten long. I'm doing more hairstyles, new hairstyles. So I also want to go back to making my content for my hair, beauty, makeup. I'm going to do it all, y'all, okay? I'm going to do it all, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm so excited for the new year. So happy new year, you guys. Stay safe, be safe. A lot's going on in this world. I hope you guys are doing well, and let's build from here. Let's build. One step at a time, mind, body, soul. Mind, body, and spirit. That's what we're trying to build, and that's where we're trying to go. Toodles, y'all. I'll see y'all in my next video. Much love to you.
I